Season 1 begins with the reincarnation of Rudeus into a new world under the care of a god-level swordsman and knight, Paul Greyrat, sorceress Zenith Greyrat, and maid Lilia. With the memories of his past life intact, Rudeus shows a remarkable talent for magic, leading his parents to seek Roxy's guidance. Under Roxy's mentorship, Rudeus learns about magic, superds, and the Renoa University of Magic. He forms a strong bond with Roxy, keeping a memento of her, a pair of her undergarments. Roxy departs to teach the Prince Pax of the Shirone Kingdom, since there's nothing else she could teach Rudeus. Gifted with silent spellcasting, Rudeus meets Sylphiette, also known as Sylvie, whom he protects and teaches. Family dynamics evolve when Zenith and Lilia's pregnancies bring two new sisters into Rudeus' world, Nam and Aisha, both of which were fathered by Paul. Upon requesting financial assistance from Paul for his and Sylvie's future tuition at the University of Magic in Renoa, Rudeus faces a refusal. This denial leads him to make a vow to work tirelessly to secure Sylvie's education in magic. Paul takes proactive steps to prevent Rudeus and Sylvie from becoming overly reliant on each other by arranging a job for Rudeus in the Kingdom of Renoa and imposing a 5-year separation with no communication. Tasked with tutoring his cousin Iris, Boris Greyrat, and Ghislaine Dodoldia in various subjects, Rudeus receives training in swordsmanship and financial compensation. A staged kidnapping to showcase the importance of education goes awry, leading to a rescue mission where Rudeus plays a vital role alongside Ghislaine. Iris is gifted a protective ring by Ghislaine to ward off wolfen beings like herself. Amid family dynamics, rumors surface about a potential coup to dethrone Paul's brother, with jokes about Rudeus assuming leadership. Iris makes a heartfelt promise to Rudeus on his 10th birthday, pledging herself to him in 5 years. Rudeus learns about the legendary Dragon King Perugius, and the looming threat of someone trying to break the seal on the demon god Lapis. During a magical disturbance, Rudeus, Ghislaine, and Iris witness an unusual event in the sky, prompting the arrival of El Mumphy, the Radiant, to investigate. Suspicions fall on Rudeus due to his rain-conjuring abilities. The situation intensifies as a red orb transforms into a bright beam, engulfing Ghislaine, Rudeus, and Iris in its radiant glow. Rudeus receives a message from a man-god to aid Ruger Superdia in the Demonlands. Upon awakening, he finds himself alongside Iris and encounters Rugerd, a Superd, who vows to protect him and reveals the tragic story of the Superds. Together they form the guild Dead End to restore Superd's reputation through good deeds. In a dream, the man-god urges Rudeus to accept an E-ranked job to rescue a lost kitten, leading to a conflict with a guild involved in animal kidnapping. A threat of extortion forces Ruger to intervene to protect Rudeus, revealing his Superd heritage and diffusing a tense situation that forces them to leave that village. In another dream, the man-god tells Rudeus to purchase from a vendor and stroll through a back alley, leading to an encounter with Kishrika Kishuru, who gives him the Eye of Foresight. Using this gift, Rudeus saves a man, Gallus, from a falling vase. Meanwhile, Roxy teams up with Paul's allies to locate Rudeus' family. During their travels, Rudeus, Iris, and Rugerd help to free smuggled beast children and a sacred dog, but misinterpretations lead to Rudeus being mistaken for a kidnapper and imprisoned by the Beast People. Gallus is revealed to be the mastermind behind the kidnapping scheme, resulting in a fiery conflict as he attempts to abduct more Beast children. The Beast People's discovery of Iris's ring, a memento from Ghislaine, sheds light on Ghislaine's past as an adventurer who departed from their tribe. Rudeus gains insight into the 7 great powers, revered as the most formidable warriors in the world. Simultaneously, Iris's grandfather, the king, is dethroned and executed for his lack of action during the significant Mana event. Back in town, Rudeus finds his father leading a rescue mission for kidnapped individuals. A rift forms between them when Paul blames Rudeus for not seeking out his missing mother and sister. It becomes apparent that only one daughter, Gnome, remained with Paul following the teleportation event. The man-god instructs Rudeus on where and when he can find his half-sister, Aisha. Rudeus successfully rescues Aisha, but when trying to rescue Lilia, he is trapped by the Prince Pax, a former student of Roxy's, who seeks to manipulate the situation to his advantage in an attempt to lure Roxy back. Rudeus is freed thanks to the help of his perverted sculpture of Roxy. The third Prince Zenoba liked the Roxy figurine Rudeus made and wanted to become Rudeus's apprentice in sculpting, so he physically threatened the seventh prince to let him go. While traveling Winter Mountains, Iris and Rudeus sensed a powerful presence as two figures, the Dragon God and Nanahoshi, crossed their path. The Dragon God, known as Orsted, confronts Rudeus about his lineage and the mysterious mana surge that caused a mass teleportation event. Orsted's striking actions leave Rudeus wounded and lead to a dire warning about the impending conflict between the Dragon God and the Man God. Returning to his now bare hometown, Rudeus reunites Iris with Ghislaine and the Asura Kingdom. Iris learns of her grandfather's death and faces the reality of having to lead the Asura Kingdom and potentially accept an unwanted request from Lord Philemon Notice Greyrat to become his concubine. The news leads to Iris keeping her promise to Rudeus and sleeping with him. She then sadly leaves in the middle of the night to embark on a journey of self-improvement with Ghislaine. Rudeus struggles with feelings of rejection following Iris's departure, going into a period of depression, reflection, and confronting memories of his past bullying. Meanwhile, Roxy settles the debts of the Kashrika demon, which lead to her gaining information on Rudeus's family and the whereabouts of his mother. The season ends with a side story featuring Iris and the introduction of another magical user. As Rudeus reunites with his father in Millishion, Iris embarks on a goblin slaying quest. She meets the proud Cliff Grimoire, the Pope's grandson, at the Guildhall. Iris saves a temple princess from the Pope's assassins, revealing tension between the Pope and the temple. Impressed by Iris's skills, Cliff humbles himself and commits to self-improvement after Iris praises Rudeus's talents. Season 2 starts by showing the aftermath from other characters' perspectives of the magic anomaly. After the magic event, Sylvie falls in Princess Ariel's garden at the royal palace of Ashura, where she defends against monsters. The princess informs Sylvie of her lost home and suggests Sylvie disguise herself as Silent Fitz while offering to help find her family. Alongside Luke Notos Greyrat, Sylvie becomes another guard for the princess and chooses to stay out of friendship, even after being released from her duties due to an attack. Meanwhile, Rudeus struggles with depression after Iris's departure. In Rosenberg, he disbands the Dead End Party and deals with panic attacks by carrying Roxy's underwear. The Counter Arrow Party, pitying him most likely, invites him to a mission where he's reminded of Iris by Sarah, a member of the party with a similar attitude. Facing bears on this mission, Rudeus rekindles his will to fight and decides to move forward, symbolically letting go of Iris by burning her hair in a fire. Adopting the nickname Quagmire, Rudeus works as a mercenary to gain fame in hopes of finding Zenith, his mom. He meets Soldith Hackler, who sees through Rudeus's fake happiness. After rescuing Sarah from a battle, Rudeus faces a personal setback of ED, leading to a confrontation in a pub where Sarah and Susan misunderstand his comments, further deepening his struggles with ED. Elena Lise locates Rudeus and updates him on the search for Zenith. This revelation, along with Rudeus's public image efforts, earned him an invitation from Renoa University of Magic as a special student, where the man god hints at a cure for his ED. At the university, Rudeus competes against Silent Fitz, not realizing that Fitz is actually Sylvie. At the university, Rudeus's homeroom is filled with familiar faces, including Zanoba, who idolizes him, Linnea and Persinia from the Dodoldia tribe, and Cliff, who knows of Rudeus through Iris. His encounters with Silent Fitz, specifically saving him during incidents like the underwear mix-up, lead to mutual respect. These moments subtly warm Rudeus's heart. Zenoba's request for figurine sculpting lessons from Rudeus lead to a creative solution, purchasing a magic slave, Juliet, to assist Zenoba due to his overwhelming strength. Juliet quickly becomes a part of their inner circle, with Rudeus teaching her magic. Cliff expresses his feelings for Elena Lise to Rudeus, seeking an introduction. Despite initial hesitations due to her curse, Elena Lise and Cliff start dating, challenging themselves to overcome her curse together. With Persina and Linnea belonging to the Doldia tribe, suitors arrive seeking marriage proposals. They take the day off and tell everyone that Rudeus is the leader, leading to Rudeus being challenged to combat. Badigati, engaged to the Demon Emperor Kashrika, seeks a duel with Rudeus after hearing praises from his fiancée. The duel, governed by the rule of a single strike, concludes with Rudeus's surprising victory. though Barigari still lands a solid punch on him. Following this encounter, Barigari enrolls in the school. Rudeus and Silent Fitz continue to study transmuting magic, aiming to figure out the mystery behind the magical anomaly. Fitz introduces Rudeus to Silent 7 Star, a summoning expert whose innovations have significantly improved their daily school life, including the introduction of blackboards, uniforms, and quality food. Unexpectedly, Rudeus discovers that Silent 7 Star was the masked individual seen with Orsted during his attack in the first season. This revelation shocks Rudeus to the point of fainting. When he learns more about her, he finds out that Silent 7 Star, whose real name is Nanahoshi, is originally from Earth, just like him. Orsted found her and decided to protect her since she has no mana. Rudeus noticed her in his previous life moments before his death, witnessing her near miss with a truck. Nanahoshi expresses a desire to return to Earth, unlike Rudeus, who does not wish to go back. The difference in their arrival in this world are stark. Nanahoshi was teleported, whereas Rudeus was reincarnated. Also, Nanahoshi lacks mana and has not aged since her arrival 5 years ago. Nanahoshi clarifies that the conflict between Orsted and the man god is just a personal matter. She then proposes an agreement with Rudeus. She will utilize his mana for her studies, and in return, Rudeus will gain access to her extensive research on teleportation. Nanahoshi believes that her sudden teleportation to this current world might have triggered the widespread magic phenomenon 5 years ago. As this is all occurring, Rudeus is questioning his sexuality, especially after an incident where Silent Fitz falls onto him and inadvertently triggers a physical response, revealing Fitz to be a woman. Pushed by the princess, Fitz is tasked with revealing her true identity to Rudeus. In a planned scenario, Silent Fitz enlists Rudeus' help for a task that leads them to seek shelter in a cave during a rainstorm, intending for the situation to mimic a childhood memory where they might end up undressing due to being wet. It's there, as Rudeus removes Fitz's shades, that he discovers Fitz is actually Sylvie, his childhood friend. Amid the heartfelt confessions, they express their love for each other despite Rudeus' ongoing struggle with ED. The intimate moment in the cave also allows Rudeus to express gratitude to Sylvie for a necklace she made him during his time in Rona, a gesture that holds deep significance for him. Back at the school, the princess and Luke provide Sylvie with the aphrodisiac, new underwear, and money to facilitate a romantic night together. The plan succeeds, and though Sylvie leaves before Rudeus awakens, causing him brief distress, she returns after thanking the princess and Luke for their support. This reunion not only reassures Rudeus, but also miraculously cures his ED. In gratitude, Rudeus offers his assistance to the princess and shares his aspirations to marry Sylvie. The princess in turn assures Sylvie that she no longer needs to conceal her identity by dressing as a man, and encourages her to dress as she pleases, especially now that she is to become someone's wife. With part 2 of season 2 releasing, I wonder, will Iris reunite with Rudeus? Will Rudeus get married to Sylvie before that? Season 2 part 2 has a lot of loose ends and paths it can take, and I am so excited to see what will happen. Which couple are you rooting for? Rudeus and Sylvie? Rudeus and Iris? Or maybe you want Rudeus to be like Paul and go through his hoe phase? Let me know in the comments below, and like always, don't forget to like and subscribe for more anime recaps, lists, and tea. Talk to you in the next one. Bye!